Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, hey folks, I'm playing video series videos I do for the while. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. This is a little bit of an odd one for me, but we'll get into that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items. I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Typically like 11 to 13 minute range. Sometimes it goes longer. Sometimes it goes a little bit shorter. It very rarely goes shorter. It's not my strong suit, folks. I've tried. I wanted to keep it to under 10 minutes. That was like my goal. And I can't do it. I got too much that I want to partake in with you folks. You know, that's part of the enjoyment for me. But anyway, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm inside my truck, I'm doing something else. I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I like to highlight the super cool shirt. Super cool shirt am I wearing today? Boom, it's my Enoch shirt. Which, if you were not familiar with the band Enoch, they've been around for a few years now, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they're out of New Jersey. I was actually fortunate a couple months back. I got to see these guys perform live for the very first time. I actually have some videos on this channel, just in case you're interested. I like these guys a lot. I genuinely think their music is fantastic. I found them last year through like Facebook ads, and they pretty much were my big find of last year. And I pretty much made it my mission. I was like, you know, I want to see them perform. And I didn't get to do it last year, but like I said, a couple months back, they made their way through, and it timed itself out perfectly. Really good dudes. Absolutely check out their stuff. Anyway, what am I trying for y'all? Why is it a weird one? Well, folks, yesterday I was out at a mall, and like an actual mall, like, you know, not like one that was like half dead and stuff. It was like a proper mall. And they had a whole bunch of novelty shops in the mall, and, you know, so I kind of hit up each one. You know, some had some stuff I was interested in, some didn't. One of them had something I never expected, though. So, the fuck am I reviewing for y'all, folks? Boom, it's the REGGIE bar. What? It's a fucking REGGIE bar. If you're not familiar with the REGGIE bar is named after retired famous baseball player Reggie Jackson. Now, what do I know about Reggie Jackson? Not very much. I don't follow baseball all that much. And on top of that, like, dude played in, I think, the 70s, maybe the 80s. Like, I think he was more or less done, you know, well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know exactly what his playing career was, but I know it wasn't while I was, like, a prominent and well-built human being yet. Maybe when I was very small, he might have still been in the league, but, yeah, like, the dude apparently was a hell of a player because they gave him his own candy bar. Now, I will say, one gripe, it's not a bar. It's like a little thing. Like, I've never had one before, but I've seen, like, other people do reviews and stuff. But anyway, this is kind of famous, and it's gone over there. It's, I believe it also goes by another name, too. Like, because, like, they brought it out, discontinued it, bring it back occasionally. They brought it back recently. I found this at a place called Rocket Fizz, which is a specialty soda and candy shop. And I've reviewed a bunch of stuff from Rocket Fizz over the years. So anyway, I'm going to review this because it's kind of hot in my car and this can melt. So, let's see the candy from the 70s. I've heard they were bigger back then, which makes sense. What with inflation and companies always trying to screw us over and this, that, and the other thing. And it is chocolate-covered caramel and peanuts, which sounds, I mean, that's a good time, folks. That's a good time. So, I'm not gonna lie, it looks a little bit like poo, but it also kind of reminds me of a turtle, like the candy of the turtle. Let's give it a go. Peanuts taste good. I mean, I'm down with that. Reminds me of a Baby Ruth bar. I think they're fundamentally very similar. Largely just the difference in shape. Yeah, it's a lot like a Baby Ruth bar. I mean, it's chocolate, it's peanuts, it's caramel. It's not exactly throwing anything at me that's particularly crazy or interesting, but it's good. I will say, being in the format that it's in, it's very peanut forward. You get a lot of peanut taste, which is, depending on your particular take on peanuts. I like peanuts, so I'm down with it. And I mean, other than that, you got chocolate, you got caramel. What the hell am I going to do? Save the rest for later? Fuck that. It's so chewy. I made a poor decision eating this in one go. Alright, here we go. Okay, so, I mean, there's honestly not that much to review. Like, because like I said, I've been aware of the REGGIE bar for a while. I believe, the Cinema Snob, I think he did a REGGIE bar on his Brad Tries. But he might have done, an ancient one from, years ago. I don't know if he did a modern one. But, I mean, the thing is, there's really not that much to it. Because it had, a little bit of a mystique about it, it was the REGGIE bar. I was expecting something a little bit more spectacular. It's perfectly fine. Like I said, it reminds me a lot of a Baby Ruth, and that's not a bad thing. I really like Baby Ruths, one of my favorite candy bars. In fact, one of my earliest reviews was me reviewing the new recipe of Baby Ruth that they came out with a few years back. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's nothing earth-shattering. Really, the only thing that makes it kind of significant is its, association with Reggie Jackson, which is pretty cool. And, like I said, it's got an odd shape. It's like a disc instead of a bar. Okay. I think, personally, I would still just get a Baby Ruth bar. Not only are they just more easily available to me, but on top of that, I think I prefer the bar format. I feel like with the REGGIE bar, like I said, it's very peanut forward. Whereas with the Baby Ruth, I feel like it's a little bit more balanced in the flavor delivery. But it was good. I enjoyed it. But 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Would I get it again? Maybe. I mean, the thing is like I said, I had to go to a specialty store to get this. Would I go to a specialty store to get it again? No. Not when I can just get a Baby Ruth at the fucking gas station down the road. By that same token, if I did happen to be in said specialty store, would I get it again? Probably not. Not because it's not good. It's just not really interesting or anything. And if I'm at a specialty place, I might as well get something interesting, right? Right. So, I mean, the REGGIE bar, I'm not against it. I think it's fine. It's just, it's a little bit generic. And like I said, without the association and kind of the history of the REGGIE bar, I don't really think it would matter very much, but And then, as to recommending it, I mean, it's not a bad candy, it's one of those things, I think, the way, at least a little bit of research that I did before doing this review, I think apparently, it's maybe available in New York again, maybe, not 100% on that. I mean, if it's available to you, there's no reason not to try it. It's not bad. But again, it's just you can just get a Baby Ruth and pretty much get the same experience. I would just get a Baby Ruth, personally. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Spectacular rest of the week. Monumental rest of the month. Stupendous rest of your year. Folks, you go there and have yourselves a truly Reggie Jackson-tastic rest of your life. Because, I mean, the guy, like I said, he's got his own candy bar. The guy was doing something right. Apparently, kicking ass at baseball or some shit. Follow 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But We do can't do all the time. I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. And, folks, it's not always easy to do that. You know, we live in a world where things can be very stressful and frustrating. We can't all be Reggie Jackson, okay? We can't just be killing it at life the way Reggie Jackson is and just be getting candy bars named after us. Now, I mean, you know, if somebody wants to go over there and come up with a Brandon Wenzel bar, I mean, we'll talk about it, you know, called the Brandon bar. We'll see. But I got to have a say in what's in it. Because we're not just going to rebrand some shit like with the Reggie bar. No. We're going to make this a thing. It's important when we run into situations that are stressful, distressing, things that might implore us to be asshole-like. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks. Do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you're going to be cleaning some stuff out of your house, right? You know, you're cleaning some stuff and everything. Maybe you're like your parents' house or some shit. And maybe, while you're moving some stuff, you go over there and you find an original Reggie bar. You're like, holy shit, it's an original Reggie bar. You know, and you show it around to people and stuff, and most of them don't care because they don't know who Reggie Jackson is anymore. You know, no offense to Reggie Jackson, you know, it's just been a little while. And, you know, maybe you're sitting there late at night, just you and the Reggie bar. You're just like, man, I'm going to eat the Reggie bar. So you go over there, you eat the antique Reggie bar, and then it goes over there. It whisks you back to the 1970s or whenever the fuck he played, and then all of a sudden you're Reggie Jackson. You're playing in the big game. You're doing all the things. You get to live your life through his eyes. But then, you know, it's like, you know, there's like a time limit thing, because obviously you can't, you know, Reggie Jackson, even in the past, he's a busy man. So, you know, after a few minutes, you swoop back to your regular life, never to be Reggie Jackson again. And you just have to live with that. Or conversely, don't eat a fucking original Reggie bar if you find one. Bye.